Good afternoon, all presenters.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Could you hear my voice clearly?
Yes.
All right. Our session will be start soon. We are waiting for some presenters and our commentator. Just hold on a second. Thank you.
Hi, Arthur. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I found it very interesting the morning.
Okay, thank you. Oh, you are in these sessions.
Yeah, so, I was like, I started to think of ideas to use because I never used a case study in my class. And I started to think, maybe there's ways, even though, it's very quantitative,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too. I'm teaching big data analytics. So all the case that I have been doing will be about the business intelligence system analytics, how they utilize data to make the decisions.
Yeah, I think I definitely have to contact you later.
No, after your presentation, you can help me organize the afternoon session too.
Yeah, but I know I have many questions for you. I was like, I learned a lot today because I'm like, yeah, the way I wrote it. And actually, one reviewer asked me to change my title. So just a warning, my title doesn't match the title of the schedule thing.
Okay.
Same topic though. Same everything.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Dr. Chong-Sawat, we missed some presenters. Shall we start or just wait for our presenters today?
I think maybe 5 minutes. Let's wait another 5 minutes.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
So I think this is my first live Facebook.
And how can Kun Kavin, how can you broadcast two groups for the?
We are separate breakout room in Zoom program to Group A and Group B, and broadcast. I'm not sure how to broadcast two rooms together in the same time, but we have Mai and May just doing for us.
Okay. And do you have the link to the Facebook again? Can you send me the link to the Facebook?
Yes, once we broadcast, and we will have a link, and we'll give you to you in the Line application.
Okay.
Let me check some presenters. I think we missed one presenter.
Hi, Miss Squee, right? I think you forgot to turn on the microphone.
Sorry, my name is Ji Yui. Good afternoon for all Arjun and participants.
Hi. Are you from China?
No, Myanmar.
Oh, Myanmar. Oh,
Yeah.
Q-U-Y.
GUV.
Q-U-Y. Are you a professor?
No, but I'm government officers.
Government officers
Yes.
presenting the teaching case.
No, I'm just
or you
now
just
I'm
attended?
here as a master student.
Ah. Okay. Good.
Because I want to sharing my knowledge within 10 years my pre-construction experience.
Mm-hmm.
So I intend Mahidol University to make research.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I think that's the good activity for master student that they have a chance to attend the conference. Good. So your project is cost overrun and risk management of reconstructions. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In Delta area and tidal zone in
The
Myanmar.
area and tidal zone, yes.
Mhm.
So the area and tidal zone is unusual with the other projects and other projects environments. Very interesting environments to construct bridge.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Look forward to hear your cases.
Yeah.
Is that the teaching case, right? Or is the research case?
The research case study.
It's a research case.
Yeah.
And Arthur, your case is research case or teaching case?
It's probably more teaching. I honestly just said, oh, this is something I'm doing. It's very interesting. And it's a case, a single case of what I did. I'm like, let's go for it. It will up my, because I all my papers being my degree in statistics, I've never been case studies. So I'm like, oh, let's go for it.
Okay, let's see. Basis on the title is might be the research case though.
Well, yeah, I couldn't tell because I was thinking at the end it could be for students can get involved. How do you prevent cheating? And this is one way that was done. I don't know.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure because it would give the students something to think. How do you test? How do you do? Well, so yeah, I mean, first when I think of research, I think I didn't collect much data. I just yeah.
Okay. Let's see that. Let's see. Kun Kavin, I think we can start.
Yes, all right. We all have presenters here. All right. Okay. สวัสดีครับ Again, good afternoon. My name is Kavin, and I will be moderating this live paper session today. This is the case study presentation session for NIDA ICCS 2021. First of all, I would like to introduce presenters, and please forgive me if I pronounce your name incorrectly. All right. So the presenter are Associate Professor Dr. Arthur L. Diver, Graduate School of Business Administration, National Institute of Development Administration, come with paper for a unique quantitative exam, the benefits to the drawbacks and limitation, a case study of random number generation for online exams. And the next presenter, Nam Mei San U, and Assistant Professor Dr. Watsapon Tesha Pirak Panit, a Civil and Environmental Engineering Department, Faculty of Engineering, Mahidol University, in the paper for impact of COVID-19 on Thai construction industry. Next, Ms. Ji Yu Wei, a Civil and Environmental Engineering Department, Faculty of Engineering, Mahidol University, for cost overrun and risk management of bridge construction in Delta area and tidal zone in Myanmar. Next, Dr. Yati, Department of Peace Building, Payap University, attend for challenges and opportunities of Asian ecumenical responses to food security and migrant workers' concerns during the COVID-19 pandemic, emerging stronger through disruption. And next, Dr. Mathaya Yuwamit, a faculty of logistics, Burapha University, come with paper for shippers liability for the freight charges under contract for the international carriage of goods by sea, a case study of the involvement of goods under FOB standard trading terms. And our last presenter is Subrada Juntasut Thanakul, School of Law and Politics, Suandusit University, for LGBTQ university students, negotiations for gender rights in intellectual space. Right. Okay. Before we begin, I have a few housekeeping notes. All right. Let me announce briefly. Today's session is being recorded to be available for viewing post-conference. And if you have any questions for the presenters, please use the chat feature in this Zoom program. You can also submit a question via a chat feature on the conference platform for this session for presenters to answer after this session. Each presenter today will have a total of 25 minutes for their presentation. If one of our presenters completes their presentation before their 15 minutes is up, there may be 10 minutes for comments and questions from the commentator and attendees. However, we will hold most comments and questions until the end of the session. And according to the questions, I will then read questions out loud for the presenters to answer as time permits. All right, and I would like to ask our presenter to turn on your camera during this session. Thank you. All right, importantly, I would like to introduce our commentator for this session today. He is a Vice President for Research and Consulting Services and Director of the Center for Business Innovation, NIDA Business School, Associate Professor Dr. Jongsawath Jongwathphol ครับ
ครับ สวัสดีครับ
Yes, it's an honor to have you in our session today. All right, shall we start to the first presenter? All right, now let's please welcome our first presenter, Associate Professor Dr. Arthur L. Driver. All right, Dr. Arthur.
Hi, Sawadee Krab. Hello,
Yes,
everyone.
Sawadee Krab. The stage is yours. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Wait, let me share. Oh, where is it? There. Okay. Sorry. First time on Zoom sharing screen. Okay, so honestly, I changed the title a little bit. I hope you'll be a little patient, but the same topic, partly because the paper was reviewed and they recommended. So using our software to create unique online quantitative exams for red copying. And so due to COVID, teaching has moved online, as everyone knows, and a lot of students are taking exams at home. And well, proctoring and basic monitoring of exams has been more complicated in a sense. And how can we discourage cheating? I literally had twins in my class at the same time. They'd be taking the final exam together as they live together, at home together. So although I believe that, I believe people are honest in general and everything, and I don't expect a lot of cheating. I just wanted to think of ways that it wouldn't be so easy or something. So to eliminate temptation more. at least reduce temptation. I read this about cheating in grad school over a decade ago. This is a long time ago. It wasn't in Thailand, this survey, but anyway, studies found that from 50% to 56% do cheat in grad school, and slightly higher than business schools, slightly higher than other departments. And the survey was very extensive. They said about 5,000 graduate students. So now imagine if exams are done at home, things like that. I thought, oh, that's definitely could be an issue. And to be honest, this survey said that people did cheat. That doesn't mean they cheated on every exam, every time, every situation. So it may sound a lot worse than it is. If they were in grad school 2 years and they cheated once, it's not the same as someone who cheated on every exam. Okay. So one form of cheating is copying. Traditionally, copying is deterred by having the exam in a classroom with teachers or staff monitoring the exams. Another way, it's mixing up questions, making it so there are different exams. Some teachers did different versions, different ordering, and I thought, what if copying wasn't even possible? Now, it doesn't mean cheating is not possible. It just means copying is not possible. So there is a difference. And I figured, okay, what if I can make unique exams for everyone, and at least they could not copy? And unique exams sounds great, but what about producing, unique exams? Well, a lot of effort. What about grading? A lot of effort. And I like to program, so that's what I thought of doing. Unless they are unique every year, you can still copy, because even if you made a bunch of unique exams one year and then you reuse them, because they're taken at home, people would have it. So I like programming, and definitely a lot more in grading. I also like the thought of setting up a system, something easier. So I took a COVID-19 situation and take-home exams as an opportunity to sort of up this skill of mine and create unique exams, at least unique in terms of numbers. Okay, so I have my students, to give you some background, my students do online homework with unique numbers, and they all get different numbers, and they do the homework in Excel. So they're used to working in Excel for my class, and give them feedback right away on the online. In the past, I gave an exam online in the computer lab, leveraging this. The internet went down one day during that exam, actually, so it was cut short. But students said to me, "Oh, the correct answer," and they entered it correct. But the software, I'm like, I believe in the software, but I decided too many issues. I'm not really expert on that level. So I said, okay, maybe there's a better way. Okay. So R is just some free software a lot of statisticians use. Very good for calculations. It's like SPSS, but more programming. LaTeX is a document preparation system. It's like coding as well. And so it's sort of like coding to me. In the sense you got to write like \sigma. If you want a sigma symbol and this and that, you have to basically write code in a sense. Anyway, Sweave is an interface, a flexible framework, they say, for mixing text, R code, for automatic documentation generation. A single source file contains both documents, text. So you run the R code, you make a Sweave file, and out comes LaTeX code. And basically within R, I can make a PDF file. And I will show you those now. I hope this comes up okay. All right, so this was like my exam. 180 questions I made. Actually, I made like 181 and some graphs. I graded the graphs. But like I did descriptive statistics, some basic questions like this, 10 of them, and they would have to answer them. Then, one sample test of proportions, many different, and actually, you go through it, there's about, there's one more page that I cut out, but 181 pages. So it's pretty long, a lot of stuff, and manually not really practical. All right, so the data. Okay, so I didn't want students to have to enter the data. So this is the data for each of the questions. It's already in there for them to play with in Excel. The file where the students entered the answers. So they would, if it was a hypothesis test, they would do the choices, reject or fail to reject, but they would have to enter it in certain locations. I locked the cells. So everything has to be very much aligned. Otherwise, it won't work out. I have to align everything. Okay. With the answers. So one of the things is I had to also put a file with the answers. Now, if anything goes wrong anywhere along the way, I am dead because I made 108 questions, multiple parts. You can see multiple parts here. This is one question. You're asking the minimum, maximum. It'd be crazy. And if you got I had 20 to 30 students, I don't want any mistakes. So you need a lot of testing. And the file produced for grading, I use R code to produce this file. I basically check that it's within a certain range of the answer. So this, they say, differs by a very small amount, basically 0. And then I say, okay, if it differs by more, then I start taking off points. So according to how much the thing is worth, this means they didn't answer at the NA and things like that. So, and this is here, they got it wrong. So, marked it wrong. And it does that checking. Okay. So the benefits, first and foremost for doing this was, in my opinion, that I felt students can copy, and I made it very long so they couldn't help each other during the exam. Exams that take the entire amount of time allotted to finish also prevented the students from helping one another, as they would have to do sort of loss of time. They couldn't really, and I make it so that most students can't really finish. This allowed for the ability to create unique exams, numerous problems. In addition, certain questions for the exams can be given as practice. So the students really know the types of questions. They don't know the numbers because it's all randomly generated, the numbers. So I made 30 different exams. And once everything is set up, adding questions and making changes becomes easier. So that's one of the reasons I went this way. Imagine 20 students with 20 unique exams, each some with multiple parts, and having to grade this manually. Impossible. And, it'd drive me crazy. So one of the things, though, is, the drawbacks is there's definitely many, is this really testing their expertise in statistics? I would say it's definitely testing their familiarity with Excel. Our students maybe, depending on other students to help them with Excel, helping them with their projects, helping them, because I required them to do things that required Excel. So this would check that if they were really doing it on their own more. I also had to make graphs. So, certain things. Definitely lacked there's definitely some limitations here. I think I put that, the exams had previously distributed to students can easily get out to new students. So thus it's better to give them all the practice problems. And so it's really just the change in the numbers. There aren't that many surprises. It's not, how do I say, not as deep in-depth knowledge testing as much as aptitude for this particular thing. And to add additional complexity to test for deeper understanding questions that need to be manually graded. Basically, if you want to test, that's why I eliminated one question. That one was not manually graded, but it was given over and over again. Okay. So one of the things, this is where for the teaching, I think this would be a good case study more for people in the education field, or more in the education field. How do you actually test skills in a quantitative field when they're taken at home, and to see if they really know what they're doing, and how do you differentiate between the students' skills and prevent copying? And so this is one way that I thought of to prevent the copying. I know there's other ways that people have used, and I know they do proctoring and they do other things online, but people can think about, the drawbacks. Did you really learn? I remember when I was in grad school, people did very well on the exam if they had old exams. So that's a drawback. If someone had connections with the old exams, at least for me, it's not an issue. But I knew if I made certain exams that were unique every year, but someone got a hold of the old one, it could be a problem, could be unfair. So yeah, high level. That's what went on in my class, and the things that I felt and I found. And I know some students, they were excited, but some liked it, and some definitely felt it was too long. Okay, now I'll check if there were. So I have to get better at Zoom. I will check if there's questions. Oh, how do I? No. But yeah, that's pretty my presentation.
It look like your desktop is really good.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to. No, not where is it? How do I make this bigger? Oh no. Oh, no. No. Pause. New share. No. Stop sharing. Well. Yeah, my first time on Zoom. Maybe I'll click the new share. Just cancel. Well, any questions? Oh, here's the chat button, at least. Oh, okay, no questions.
Maybe you can put your slide up.
Okay.
Let's start with me then. I did research in 2008 about ethics and IT ethics. Do undergraduate students perceive a difference? I did that a long time ago, and the result on my first paper is that students in general find cheating using IT more acceptable than cheating without the use of IT. Maybe they think that electronic exam, for example, might be more acceptable to cheat. Don't know, but that's what we did in 2008. Your case is like a it can be research case, practice case. My first question is that for the so you integrate the R programming and all the exam, do the coding in R and let the software generate the question for you, right?
I just write all the information, the words. I just also had to make distributions for the numbers, like a normal distribution. So it randomly generates for this, a normal or whatever distribution I want.
Oh, okay. So basically the course is about the, what course is the statistics?
Oh, I teach business analytics, intro to business analytics, basically.
Oh, okay. So that will be the quantitative.
Yeah, quantitative. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the course, the technique that you use, just like a randomly change the number that student need to analyze. Oh, okay, so that might be possible because it will be randomly generated something different for every student.
And actually, I had one thing where I randomly generate. In statistics, sometimes you test if something's greater than or less than. I randomly generate that if it's going to test less than or greater than.
Okay. There might be some tweak about the content.
So definitely they couldn't copy, though they definitely could. I give them the practice exam. So basically, if someone was sitting in class and never used Excel, and I have projects and they didn't, if they were group projects, if they were relying on their friends, then during the exam, you would see the difference.
Okay, so if this is the research case, then the results supposed to show if there are any difference between the groups using the randomly generated exam versus the traditional exam. If we have that information, so it will be the research case.
Yeah, I think I need more. I'd have to curve it. I need a big sample, and I don't think you can do that ethically in the same class, though. Is that right? I mean, because if I give two different exams, the students are going to kill me unless I curve the grading. I don't know. But maybe in multiple sections.
Okay. So, but the unique things about is that if we have the system that can automatically generate unique exam, that will be very helpful for the professor in terms of assigning the questions and grading the questions. Good. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I like it. I think it needs a lot of work in the sense of it's limited to how much in-depth knowledge you can test because it uses Excel. It's not like if you wanted to test them if they know the formulas, but if they're working, they'll use Excel anyway.
Okay. Good. Okay, let's hear from the others. If any others questions from the participants.
Yes, all right. Any questions for our first presenter? Or if anyone have questions for our presenter, please add them in the chat, and I will be able to read the questions here.
Thank you.
All right. So
Okay, thank you so much, Ben.
thank you.
okay, all right.
I see the stop share now. Okay.
Right. Thank you. No questions here. Okay. Thank you for the excellent presentation, Dr. Arthur. And thank you very much for